Oh, babies, ain't that Hall & Oates kind of grand, man? Those guys just have a way with it, don't they? You make my dreams come true. Hey, we all make one another's dreams come true, 'cause each of us lives in one another's dreams, don't you know? Don't you see? Don't you care? Hey, Grandpa, helping you understand what's going on here in the grander plan of things, man. What's happening in the bigger life? You betcha. As we work our way towards in and all strife and bringing things back together just as nice as can be, as sweet as we can make it in the divine mystery, baby. That's just the way we like it, 'cause we are little love bunny coyotes, each and every one of us, don't you see? Don't you know, and don't you care? I tell you, I'm so glad to be hanging out here with y'all and having such a great time. And feeling these hearts unite, feeling the ascendant light, getting it just right, and knowing, babies, wherever we go, we follow that heart's flow, and it just happens so naturally. We can give a rest to the old test and all the anxiety that goes with it, you know. Wow. There ain't no proving this kind of love. It's proven already. It lives. It is. It bees, but it is inside of us for real. Not something we're imagining, but yet in our imagination we imagine it to be, so it is. We create our own reality, in other words, in an essential sense, in conjunction with the communal collective of the human heart. And of course rooted deeply into that mother's heart, assisted by angels and saints and ancestors and all kinds of other energies, babies. You'd be amazed at what's here helping you when your eyes open and you start to see. Now, babies, real soon we're going to be spending some time with you, so I want you to get on, you know, the Coyote Medicine Throng, babies, and just be a big part of this family. You know, we're listener-supported radio here. We share so much with you. I don't hold anything back. I let it all come through. I let it all come to you, 'cause it comes to me too. You know what I mean? We're in this together. I'm an open heart. I'm an open book, babies. You know, what I do is what you see. I walk this talk. I live in this reality, and I know it well, and I'm coming to know it like I never knew it before. You see, just when you think you're there, you realize you're standing on the edge of it, and you're just barely getting in. Oh, I love it, babies. It just keeps expanding and growing right before your very heart. And it never stops. This kind of expansive love is what we have all been waiting for since the beginning of time. And there's probably only you and two that'll come together that way, yet it's the whole of humanity. And a whole big family around you too, man. Just wait till you see who's coming to visit with you now. Talk about intersecting lives. Now all those intersections become one intersection, and all the lives involved in those intersections are there, stacked one on top of another, in the same moment, in the same time, in the same place. Yeah, getting it off the case and getting it on with the ride, babies. The ride of the heart. Oh, babies, talk about bounty. This is better than somewhere on a desert highway on a Harley Davidson with the long blonde hair blowing in the wind. You betcha. This is better than that. It's better than anything we've ever known. Yet we've known it all along. How about that? So we're just coming to know what we already know. We're coming back full circle now. We've gone way into the density, way into the darkness, way into the magnetic reality that pulled us apart. But that very same energy now, because the ends are flipped, brings us back together again. And guess what? Neutralizes the polarity. So it never happens again this way. Never again will we feel divided and split away from everything. From here on out, we're in. In like Flynn, and then some, babies. There ain't no St. Pete standing in the gate says, no, baby, Ain't none of that happening, babies. Everyone welcome, 'cause we all see, we all been living just our small part in the divine mystery, fulfilling our role for whatever moved us there deep in our soul. to come into this life and do it this way. It's not really understandable when it's looked at from what we call the human way, the human terms, yet it is humanity. It's the depth of heart that can allow itself to be, say, a mafia godfather, for example, which can also allow itself to be a bum on the street, or which can also allow itself to be, a bus driver, a trucker, a carpenter, a saint. I mean, whatever we particularly want to be, there's the heart in it for us and saying, this is where you apply yourself. This is who you are. That's what makes us uniquely individual and beautiful for it, but undivided at the same time from the entirety of creation. See, everything in this world typically is opposite of what you see, so in this world you see yourself as completely divided from everything from the moment you depart from your mother's womb. Land up on them cold sheets and get yourself all scrubbed up and so forth. Oh, what a welcome. But babies, the truth is we're in unity forever. We have never been separate from any part of creation, not ever. This is a concept we dreamt up and chose to live in for a while. It's a game we've been playing with ourselves, and a most beautiful one at that. But what's the force and effect of it now that we're on the higher levels and the higher limits? It's hit the road, Jack, get up there, don't have a heart attack, get in like Flynn. See where you've been, and see where you're going, and see where you are. 'Cause that's where we be. You understand? I know you do. I feel it in the heart. Babies, this morning, the heart is growing, and my sun is glowing inside. Babies, you are just rocking this world this morning. Each and every one of us here are just radiating this love out. Radiating it big time, man. And talk about a tidal wave. Here comes some intersecting energy. It's going to change everything. I think maybe even this weekend. Who knows? Right now is good enough for me. Babies, don't you see, don't you feel, don't you care? And aren't you in it just to share? I knew it all along, babies. Hey, this rock and roll is going to get so rocking. You're going to love it, babies. We've only just begun. Like old Karen Carpenter has sung. We barely just got to start. But darlings, what a beautiful way of being already. Look how far we've come inside. Look how little we care about the old ways any longer, or the old restrictions, too. All of it's out the window. It's freestyle now. According to the dictates of what? The consciousness of the collective heart inside of each and every one of us. See, we seem to be making choices, but really the choices are made long before we ever come to them. The collective heart is the collective flow of love, and it already knows which way it's going to go. And everywhere you've been has been directed like that. As awful as some of those moments has been, and as beautiful and powerful as others have been. But these were but a drop in the bucket, whatever they were, compared to the joyous experience we move into now, when we can live fully in the heart presence. Babies, we've opened ourselves to the feeling of the entire reality. The fullest, most, just off the charts, there are no words. But I know you feel it coming into you now. I know it's part of us right now. Here, all of us joining this little Coyote network we call family. A family of friends that are more than friends, that are intimately joined in the heart. You betcha, and then some. We know one another very well. Very, very well. Yet we're just singers in the rock and roll band. Isn't that awesome? Oh, man, yes, the vibe is flying out there today, and, man, it's flying in here, too. And, babies, we're just becoming ever expansive. It's a beautiful and sunshiny day out there. I got to step out and get myself a breath of fresh air here in a moment. But before I do, here's token to you, babies. It's Colorado, and we can do this legally right here on the radio, baby. Here, so we're going to do it. Sacred Herb Mary Jane. Gateway to paradise, baby. She'll open your heart if nothing else will. She'll help you get there, man. So if you're having difficulties understanding what's going on or feeling the flow, baby, as well, a little Mary Jane will help you know. That's all it takes. You got to be patient with yourself. If you got paranoia inside you may not be conscious of, well, it's going to come forward when Mary Jane, arrives. But she'll help you get through it. There's nothing to it. It's really just a boogeyman, And just like when you were a kid, well, you needn't fear the boogeyman. You're more badass than that boogeyman ever dreamed of being. In your heart of love and your innocent love, boogeyman melts right before your eyes. It can't even become the boogeyman anymore. It's got to be something else. It transforms immediately. Such is the power of innocent love. Such is the power of the innocent love in you and I too. Such is the power of this innocence when it gathers itself together in this way. And we become one in this grand old play we call life. God, ain't it good to be dancing together? Ain't this the most beautiful freaking life you could have ever dreamed for yourself? Aren't you singing with the coyote in the sunrise here on the Coyote Medicine Show? Only on the Hazy Radio Network, babies. Oh, we're having fun now, I tell ya. Well, babies, now there's a good start on the day. Brûlée with the stomp dance, babies. Oh, that I got your blood pumping, your heart a-rocking, man. Get your old body and soul a-talking to one another again. Get them back in this sharing healthy place where they basically live in the same space. Oh, yeah, coming together with everything that is real inside of you and pushing no longer any part of yourself away. Whatever it is, take it in. Embrace it with love, man. Love it because it's your life. Love it because it's what's inside of you. Love it because you can make it right, too. All of it. You don't have to live like that anymore. No more divided. No more divided and being conquered by what? Slavery to money, slavery to a time clock, slavery to somebody else, or whatever, man. We all love to serve one another. It's our natural state. That's how we can be so easily deceived into slavery. Because it seems normal to us to be in service to others. Just not under those kind of conditions. It always should be voluntary, right from the heart, don't you see? No one should be compelled to do the right thing to anyone, nor should they be compelled in any other way either, other than just don't create harm. That's the simple thing in life, Live in a flow that goes so well that you just don't create harm. You just don't, You don't hurt others' feelings. You don't do anything that could be deceiving because you don't need to. You're right with yourself. You're right in your heart, and that's all you need to be. That's how you live in this reality. That's how you be here and not be a part of it, yet live right smack in the middle of it and be working in it too, man, sucking off the hind tit of the beast, man. You know what I mean? You can be right there and still be so cool, man. Now, we've got some human beings that have managed to achieve that and still hold positions of power in this world, but they've really had to be deceptive to do it, and that's not their nature, but they've done it. And so we've got some help in high places, too, even in this earthly reality, We've had to, and there's been massive deception. I mean massive deception concerning the UFO things. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to talk about what's really going on here. What's really happening with the government, the UFOs, the ETs, all of that, Maybe I can get a couple of my friends that are a little knowledgeable in that area to call in, too. It's kind of early in the day for everybody. Breakfast show and all, Lazy sots that we are. But maybe I can pre-record something even. We'll see what we can shake out of the bushes for tomorrow. But I'd definitely like to, make that the subject for the rest of the week because, it can be summed up pretty quickly. So we'll have to play a lot of music. But we do that anyway, just to keep your flight just right and convey the messages of the heart that are quite often what you would call hidden inside of this music, yet they're not hidden at all. They're there very visibly, And no, Planet X is a fictionary thing. There's a mothership out there. That's what everybody's fearing. It's the mothership. It's not Nibiru. Nibiru doesn't exist in somebody's imagination. I'm sorry, man. We'll talk about that too. All of this stuff, we'll take it on head on right here with Grandpa Coyote on the Coyote Medicine Show in the morning and give you some straight up shit in that area, or as straight up as we can give it to you at this time. Understand, it's always a matter of perspective, where you are, what you're able to understand and conceive of. You see, sometimes it stretches the human cranium to extend beyond itself like this, So we'll try and keep it reasonable and in an area where it can make some kind of sense, semblance of sense to you, even as you're still living in this 3D world. But realizing that, wow, you're something far more capable than that, and in fact, far more expansive than that too. And you're already living in all these other dimensions and realms, and you already have sway over all of it. You see, but it's coming to see that. That's why I'll talk about this stuff, because it's all arrows pointing back at you, and in a certain direction too, which is found inside of you. That's where truth is to begin with. And once you've reassociated with that, and made yourself fully comfortable within that truth, then you will see how this earth and everything around her truthfully is structured. And it's nothing visibly like what you see right now, yet it has a semblance to that. It's still the same place, basically. Just far more enlightened and, far more full of life than you might have imagined it to be, You can stand in a desert, for example, here, and feel as if there is no life around you, baking there in the sun, But in that same little circle, say 30-foot circle around you, 1 billion or 2 lives. There's insects, amoebas, there's just all kinds of things there, alive and living and conscious of itself, even in the deadest places we know on this earth. Life exists everywhere in all kinds of different forms and ways than we've ever imagined. So it's about expanding ourselves into the fullness of creation so we can understand the nature of the inanimate lives and see that they're as fully awake and as aware, in fact more so than we ever dreamed of being in the flesh. There's lots more to this dynamic than meets the eye. We've been fed a line of bullshit 100 miles long and 300 years deep, man. 3 billion years deep, whatever. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? It's just, we have been spoon-fed a lie, and not just a lie, but lie on top of lie on top of lie, most all this life. Everything we see structured around us, for the most part, resembles that lie, reflects the truth of that lie back to us, you see. That's why we've allowed ourselves to live in such a fictionary reality, because we know that what we're being told, what we're being taught, what we're being trained into isn't even right, isn't even close. In most cases. Some cases it is, thank goodness. So we managed to, bear a semblance of sanity in the stuff that is attached to truth. Thank goodness. That's just like those little moments of love which are truthful that happen no matter how dark life gets. And those give us the energy, the power of 2 people to come together in a sweet way. Give us the energy to carry forward for another 100,000 years of agony and so forth, if that's what we got to do. And we've done that so many times. That's the power of love. It's not just a fiction. It's not a fable sung about in songs and written about in poetry. It's not a fleeting lust either that comes and goes like a flash fire. It's something solid that takes a little time to get it burning, but once it's burning, baby, it transforms everything into the truthful state of being that it is. The illusions and deceptions, in other words, dissolve away quickly when your heart truthfully does catch on fire. That's what we're sharing with you right now, right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, as we proceed onward with our little morning flight here. Oh, babies, it's just been beautiful this morning having you with us. I hope you keep coming back to this old campfire and joining with old man Coyote and communing in this way. You touch me so deeply and so presently. I can see us, man, getting a campground out in the desert somewhere, man, and hanging out on weekends, can't you? I think we ought to do that. In fact, hang out during the week, let others have the weekend. And make it a full-time occupation, gathering together and sharing the communal wealth of our love. I think we should do that. Absolutely, babies. Well, let's see where the heart leads us. Let's see where it flows. I mean, we're all in it together. It's one huge medicine show, ain't it? And what a beautiful thing for it to be. Man, and what lessons and what growth and what, oh man. The appreciation I've found for this life that I've lived, just these few humble years in this lifetime, has so deepened and just filled me with a fullness of appreciation. Guys, I can't tell you. If I never drew another breath, I'd die very contented right now, despite whatever else I have to work through. I'm here. I'm peaceful in it. I love it. And I know I'm going to draw a lot more breaths. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying that's the extent and the nature of my feeling in it right now. I'm that happy with it. Since I've had so many experiences with death, it's given me an appreciation for the life. I know how fleeting and fragile it can be. It can be taken in a heartbeat, baby. But usually it's not. Most of the time we live to tell about it. But comes that one time when you don't. And babies, you don't want to go there with regret in your heart whatsoever. You want to be okay with everything. You want to be right on. You want to be happy with your state of being. But so what do? I try to grab the fullness out of the life. I live it richly, whether I'm hanging out in my little spaceship love here and, just getting myself together, or if I'm like out there communing with the world, or anything in between, I just try to be fully present. I'm fully upfront about everything. You know what I mean? Try to hide nothing. Because hiding is where things start to get hurting. You see what I mean? What's hidden now can be revealed, and that's how you end the pain forever. And never again have to participate in it. It didn't truthfully exist there anyway, but boy, we sure gave it a lot of power over us, didn't we? Some hard lessons we're learning even still, but in a very sweet way. Babies, stay committed and tuned into your heart. Give yourself the time to get the good start. Stay with what you know inside. That doesn't mean stick rigidly to the past. That means let go of whatever's affecting you from there and be real in this moment so that you can be more real in the next one and so forth. So you build a really, really good feeling life for yourself. That's the most important thing here that I can see, is to feel and to involve yourself in all of that feeling. To let yourself feel. See, the training already teaches you to recoil the minute somebody talks like that. The minute that energy starts to flow. But look, for you it happens naturally. It flows anyway. There is no restriction. See, that's the illusion. We've given it power. But now it dissolves because we know it's an illusion. Nothing can restrict or contain you. Not a God-blessed thing, man. Not one little idea, not one little thought. You don't even give those energy. No. You just let yourself be free. You don't need restriction. You don't need to be stopped from doing anything because you trust yourself completely. And you know this heart will not flow or let you do it either in a direction that could create that harm we talk about. None. It's unthinkable. I mean, when you live in the presence of divine harmony, you're in tune with everything, and you're in love with everything which in turn loves you. You are a mutual love. That's the equity. As I keep saying, that's the equity. That's the purity we feel within us. That's what releases us from all trauma, all pain, all guilt and shame. Because that love is universal in everyone. It equitizes our life. We're the same in everything. It's one love, one heart. So it can't really commit anything to itself that would be harmful. This whole world has been kind of unreal in that way. It was an experience we devised in imagination and grew into. A computer game, more or less. Made of a synthetic creation. We call it the Matrix. I call it the big movie. And we're all actors in a big play in the big movie. You know? Today's the day the makeup and the costumes start to fall away and all the props come down, and we start to see where we really are and who we really are. It's the beginning of a great life for you and for everyone else in this planetary reality too. And of course, as I say, it goes far beyond that. We touch the heart of the universe right now because we are the heart of the universe. And that's what we're here sharing right now, here in this mystical way, radiating love from 9,000 feet high here in the Rocky Mountain sky. You betcha, babies. Get up in the morning like this, you get up and fly. Man, you're awake now. Let's see what you do with it, all right? Let's see where it goes. It's the middle of the week, you never knows. Oh, darlings, these guys just want to sing to us. These bread guys been over here rising and rising and rising. They're going to overflow if I don't let them burst forward. So here you go, bread with Baby, I'ma Want You. Right here on the Hazy Radio Network, your host, Grandpa Peter Coyote. Ooh, yeah, that's right, helping you take this flight. Man alive. Did you ever dream it would be like this? Yeah, I thought you had. And everything comes back to life. Yes, indeed. Right here. As we just simply take flight, sit here and, flow through some really good tunage, man. Oh, baby, talk about the flow of life, the flow of love, the flow of heart. Ooh, we got the cuts, man, I tell you. How about that slow ride, man? Take it easy. Rock me all night long, baby. Oh, yeah, and that's a hell of a song. It just brings your heart right out, baby. At least does mine, man. Makes me want to get up and wiggle around and shake the old booty a bit. What's left of it, that is. My goodness. I shouldn't complain, I guess, but, man, I tell you, when it came to booty, I thought somehow I wound up without one hardly, man, I sit here on a chair with padding on it, man, just so I can, stay with you here this morning. Shift this old 13-speed, 15-speed, whatever. Well, God, it's a 17-speed. What the hell is that? I guess we got a good top end, baby, so I'm going to try high gear here in a little while. How about you? You going to ride along with me here in this big old 18-wheeling UFO thing, man? Because, man, that's what we're talking about this morning. Hauling ass in UFOs and ETs that are hanging around. And what's really going on here, babies? What in the hell is really happening? Now, my heart tells me, my expansive heart tells me, babies, we're stepping into some really huge change right now, in this moment in time. That, what we've been waiting for is here and then some, and way beyond it, Our governments are scared to death, as they should be. Because we'll bring them back to life now. We'll give these people liberty and freedom of heart such as they've never known. Do you realize how enslaved you all must be? How enslaved you all are, each and every one of us, amongst humanity? How we've been held down and mistreated and disrespected and taught to hate each other for it? Is that crazy or what, man? I tell you, do we have to sit around and take this shit any longer? Are we taking it to the streets? Are we coming back to life? Are we finally, willing to be that which we are? And I'm not advocating, riots or gatherings out there in the streets. No. When I say taking it to the streets, what I'm advocating is let your heart be the most active thing in your life. Live in the flowing glow of that love. And screw everything else. Don't let anything else get in the way. Just be that love, babies. If you have to be angry to be in that love for a little bit, let the anger ground the love then, or the love ground the anger, and baby, it'll morph into something far sweeter than you ever dreamed of being possible. Understand the only reason you're pissed is because you've been shortchanged and you're pissed. I mean, who wouldn't be? Mama wouldn't give you suck, that kind of thing happens, man. And it repeats itself through life. And babies, sometimes you're just not, treating yourself real good, and you don't even realize you're doing it. See, the whole thing's turning around. This is why we're beginning to see UFOs and ETs, because our consciousness is rising, because we are allowing ourselves to see from the heart, from the soul's experience here, which unifies all of the realms. Everything you didn't see becomes visible. That corner that we turn when we go back to mothership, and death I'm talking about, where the soul presence departs the body, or at least appears to. It's just to turn around a corner that you can't see around, for whatever the reason. So you say, they're gone, they're gone, they're gone. It's like yesterday, I'm out walking with my dog. Been bugging me all afternoon. Let's go for a walk. I take off for a little walk with him. He disappears into the brush. Next thing I know, I hear him barking down at the house. He went on home. Couldn't find me. Silly boy. Well, we're like that a lot too, man. We really want to get with it. But when it starts to happen, we're like, oh my God, what is this? I'm not sure I want to do this. Inclinations turn around, go back to the earth and live it miserably for a while longer yet, because we've gained so much ground here, etc. We have a lot of sentiment attached to the way we live here, to how, despite how dumb it is and how powerless we've felt and how we've had to compensate for that all of our life, babies, it's like, wow. I don't know how to describe it, but it's time to let all of that go. It's time to be healed of the need to compensate yourself into this world, and to allow yourself to be what you really are, what you were born as before they so rudely shake it away from you, man. Go back inside, close your eyes, go back inside, feel that heart. Take that ride. Right now, babies, do this thing. Remember the love you felt. Remember the love you are. They can't take that away from you. You buried it deep, yes, but remember it now. That's what I mean when I say opening of the heart. Remember what you were born with, what you were born as. Into this powerless existence, yes, but that doesn't last long. You had it all right there, in that little baby's hide. Yes, you do, and it's still there. You never lost it. You just put it away for a while. See? So now we come back to life in that heart. Because we feel that love. We remember that love. And we encourage it. We nurture it. With that divine feminine part of ourselves, no matter which gender we may represent, we're rapidly becoming androgynous beings. That means balanced, in complete harmony inside. Totally in equity with the male and female energies that were so separate inside of us, now undivided. And the old hungers and thirsts exist no more. We're full, we're complete, we're whole, natural. Because we remember this love. The love we were born with, the love we were born as. What we brought into this world to share. And babies, yeah, we put it away. We wrapped it with ribbons and bows, though, babies. We didn't just stash it. We wanted to make sure that it would be a happy reunion when we finally got to open it up. Just like Christmas or something, man. Santa Claus has come to town. The best gift is left us. What's right there? The remembrance of that love. The unwrapping of your true self. The naked truth. The real truth. The beauty that cannot be hidden, no matter how hard you try. The love that is your living life. The love that brings us all back into harmony once again. This is our common root, our place of beginning, that moment of birth, when we remember the love that we are born as, the vibration that we bring in with us, the eternal love. The love of the eternal ones for all that live. And the love for all that live inside of each and every one of us. As full as that. That's what makes us divine. But see, it is so innocent. It is pure. It cannot exist here in the powerless way. Therefore, as it comes forward now, this great love purifies all of our intentions with this innocence, this purity. And because then of this is all we see around us. And therefore this is what we create. A world given forth in pure love. And out of pure respect for all life in that love. Does it remember how it is to treat each other gently and respectfully. To release the intensity, the density. To let all of that stands in the shadows become the rainbows of loving experience now. That from which the matter of life is created. The rainbow energy, the colorful beings, the hue moans. Yes. We let go of that gender, man. We let go of what we so have identified with. Because we see there's energies of both inside of us, no matter which gender we represent in this outer way. On the inside, the energies now become equitous, complete balance, complete trust, faith, gathering, collecting together. You will experience yourself now as you never have before. Within yourself, already this week this has happened for many of you. Well, here comes some more. You see, you feel in that great love the greatest contentment you've ever known. You feel that contentment rising up? Yeah. Isn't that amazing? See how unified we are in this moment of time? See how great we are in this love? See why we were willing to come in and be these powerless babies and have to learn to do it all over again? And take a lifetime to come back together with ourselves. A lifetime of fracture and trauma. Lots of trauma. Lots we could get lost in, but a lot that we could get found in too. And baby, now we're found because we've been hanging around through all of it. We never let go of it. It's always been there. It always is there. It's us, united. The one love. The one heart. Remember? See? We are family. And then some, babies. One heart. One love. One beautiful life. Rooted in the Mother Earth's heart, from which all life doth indeed spring forward. Through us, her creative vehicles of expression. Where do you think our artistry, our gifts for the arts come from? Our talents in creativity. And these are but limited representations and forms. Imagine what we can be now as our canvas becomes creation. Our brush, our heart. Our hands, the vehicles of expression. Holy shit. Where have we been? What have we done to ourselves? Well, all of that's coming unspun now. All of that old shit, that old paradigm, that old limitation. We take it to the limit and way beyond, babies. We allow ourselves then in this love to naturally see what is already here. And we can begin to experience the paradigm of the truthful divine. That which is this innocent baby love inside of all of us. Which sets us free of all feelings of disharmony. Shudders all pain. Dissolves it away. And in the pain is our greatest gain given. And so with appreciation, we transform the insecure to the secure. We bring the bud to blossom by shining our light within, this great love that we are, on all parts of our being, even that from which we have felt separate or alone or unnatural in any way, that which has made us feel as if we were strangers in a strange land, inside of our own person. We give up any feeling of alienism, separateness. We are not alienated from one another. Our truthful love is our truthful existence. That is our heart, and it can be denied no more. That which has stopped and restricted us now becomes our friend and ally. That which has tried to vampire off of us forever and a day now becomes that which most encourages us to be free and natural and to grow spectacularly. Such is the great way of this innocent love that flows from our hearts now and becomes such a natural part of our existing presence here. Puts it into practical reality, in other words, makes it real, so people feel the power of this mother truckin' love and can no longer deny it. Oh, babies. You see what a switch that is? You see what a change? You see why I mean? We don't have to wait around for anything. It's right here, right now, and we're doing it, see? Where the old rubber hits the road. The haystack man cannot fall over. We've stacked it just right. Everything works. It's coming this way naturally because we have found the love we thought we had left behind. We have found our experience in that love, and we have found an appreciation for that such as we have never felt before. And in the divine presence of ourself, we reunion with the energies that felt so separate, the polarities that existed within, now join in a centering action so full, so complete, they can never be fractured apart again. The energies of ourself, our person, in union now, all brought into poetic, cosmic harmony. All noticing and recognizing, wow, we've been in it together all along. We've been working together all along. There is no separateness. That was an illusion. Something we created to experience an anti-life, an anti-love, a separation such as we had never seen before. Oh my God, the agony of that. We couldn't imagine before we became that. And then we became that and realized we was going to have to bring ourselves back out of that too. And along with that, bring all of that organic muck, that density, and make something light and bright of all of this, and bring it forward in creation. And in this way, deepen our feelings, because now we got something we never had before, appreciation. That constant love in which we live. Wow. Now we really can appreciate it. Having been felt denied of it, having been felt separate from the mother, separate from all that was good for us, and alone, and cold, and afraid. And out of that fear, rising up to grab hold of whatever little bits of power we could find. Protection, security. Our love led us in many unusual ways and unusual directions, and I laugh because it is a poetic comedy, babies. The gods seeking protection, the divine ones feeling the disconnection, not being live. Wow. How hard was that on the old heart, I want to say. Pretty difficult trip, babies. We made it rough on ourselves, but we made it beautiful too, so that we could remember the beautiful and the spectacular and let the rough stuff be on its way. You know, it gave us some grit. Above all, it gave us determination to never be this way again, to never allow it to ever degenerate in such a way. Enough of this experience that now, forever, in this moment of now, there is this peace that exists in this great love that we are. We can only do but share it now. You see what I mean by taking it to the streets? It's real, it's active, and those who are near you will be receptive. Can't help it. This baby love is the most powerful love there be. This is great spirit. This love in you. And me too, gathered in union in all of us. Great Spirit, one love. Great Spirit, one love. One heart, unified, emotion. Yes, indeedy, babies. That's the lotion that gets us to the ocean of love and brings us back to life. Our little seeds have sprouted, babies, and the blossoms are growing. Good morning, everyone. Oh, babies. Are we taking flight? Has this heart come back being really bright? Is this a good journey? Are we worthy? Do we know this truth? Are we living it now? Will we allow this to stay, to remain and grow from within ourselves, this great love that we've remembered now and brought back forward in ourselves? This is the maximum generosity, babies. Maximum love. It can't even be called unconditional. It's the love that changes it all. It's creative love. And it's irresistible, because it's the nurturing thing that everyone craves. That's what we all seem to be missing. And look what you've just found and what you got hanging around. And wow, now are you going to go to town? And hang out there in the village square and say, hey, baby, don't you wish you could glow like this? Why not show off a little bit? Be happy. Be carefree. Understand, you don't have to hide anymore. There's complete safety in this love. The greatest, but it will prove it, the greatest protection you've ever known. You don't need anybody or anything else. You're free. Free for all. And free to experience as you will. Take it because you took it to the limit and then stretched beyond it. You don't stop until you're there. You're that type of being. That's why you're doing what you're doing. You're tough enough to do it. In a soft, loving way. Isn't it awesome? We're starting to remember what real power is now, babies. That's why I say let's show it off. Man, you can't do better in this world than just be glowing and happy. It changes everything, man. It does. So just be real, baby. And be truthful, of course. In this love, there can be no lies, no deception. And you'll see right through others, too. Innocent eyes only see innocence. That's what it creates. That's the power of this love. It's the creative love. The creative heart experientially expressing itself in the presence of you-know-who. That little person that you are, a unique little flower in this huge field of flowers. 10 billion blossoms and growing stronger and stronger and more expansive. These are blossoms that will never end. It's amazing. I was watching this little bumblebee float around in these little purple daisies we have growing out here. It's been a really beautiful year. Lots of flowers this year. I posted some on my Facebook page. Pictures can't really do them justice, but I tried. Beautiful. But anyway, I was watching this old bumblebee, you know. And he goes around to the blossom, the center of the blossom of each of these flowers, and picks up this pollen dust and flies on to the next one. And I get to looking, and man, he takes maximum loads. It ain't just no tiny little, he takes all of it right out of the center of the flower. And then I look around at the rest of the plant, and I see how after he's done his job, the blossoms know, well, now it's time for us to unblossom and become seed, you know. Well, these are the cycles and seasons. These are the same natural feelings we've had that really weren't so natural. Flowers are never meant to unblossom. Nothing really ever has to go to seed. We just continue beautifully as we are in the moment of now. Beautifully expressed. Changes the way everything lives and operates. Puts an end to cycles and seasons, yes indeed. But the beginning of the greatest advancement we've ever known. Truthful expansion into the fullness of creation. And babies, don't listen to any part that says it can't be done. It is being done right now. You're feeling it. There's no doubt in this. There's no fear in it. You can't live in this fear any longer. You know the truth. You're living it. Right here, as we share these great gifts here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network. Isn't it good to be alive and living and breathing? And happy, and wow, pretty soon now carefree, completely. Ah, man, I love it.
Live from Spaceship Love at 9,000 feet in the Colorado Rockies, here's Grandpaw.
Yeah, babies, and there we are, rocking into sunrise by walking on the sunshine. Don't it make you feel good? Oh, babies, it sure do me. And babies, I know we were all in this for free, 'cause it's free day, babies. So we were all in this together, man. We all still are walking on sunshine. Oh, yeah, don't it make you feel good? Here's to you, babies, right here with the official Koyote Klub mug, babies. Oh, I love you so much. Clink, clink, babies. You're getting mugged right now. Right here on the Koyote Medicine Show. And if you haven't got over there to our listener supporting website, thecoyoteclub.com. Well, babies, take a journey. You're going to have some fun over there, you know, and learn a little more about the Koyote Medicine Show and the Koyote Way, just like you do here each and every day. 5 days a week here, man, from, 7 a.m. to high noon. Boy, it's the showdown of your life right here on the Koyote Medicine Show, because we know how to play in the Koyote Way, and we know how to go in the Koyote Road, babies. Yeah, it's a rock and roll medicine show here on this Koyote Way, baby. Yes, indeedy, on this gracious old hazy radio network, carrying us right on out there all across the earth, babies, and all across the sky. Babies, we just fly, 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 don't we now? Well, good morning to you. Hope that old walking on sunshine helped you get a good start on the day. Feel good about yourself. Get the old blood pumping. Sip a little more coffee. Toke another toke. Babies, wake and bake, and then in your little heart shake. Ooh, cause a minor, major earthquake, man. Not one that hurts anybody, one that shakes them up and sets them all free. Said, it's in your heart you're going to live, don't you see? Because that's where you be. Ooh, yeah, don't you see? Hey, it's a crazy morning here on the Hazy Radio Network because, wow, the energies are up. It's Free Day Friday, and babies, we're just partying down. Can't be beat. It's awful darn sweet to be partying with you, let me tell you, babies. I love Freaky Fridays, don't you? You betcha. Freaky Free Days, babies. Free Days is D-A-Z-E, dazed. That's what we are tomorrow, after today. We dazed tomorrow. Tomorrow we're sitting around all glassy-eyed wondering what happened. Wow, did we really do that? Did we really... Wow, pull that one up. By golly, we did. I see it happening Friday night, babies. You take flight because we hit it right here in the daylight, babies. And that gives light into the night. Makes it brighter than day. Hey, hey, hey. Now just wait and see. See what I say. See what I mean. Babies, follow the flow and live in the divine dream. Right there this weekend. Oh, don't be weak and don't let it be the end. Let it be the moment that you begin to live. Yeah, because you never have before this moment in time, no matter what you feel, how far you've flown, or who you are. Babies, you've just barely begun. What you've done before this, drop in the bucket. Now begins a life of feeling, of caring and sharing, of unification with 1 billion souls just like yours, and then some. With all of creation as this process goes forward from within us, awakening, just the same way the sun rises and floats across the earth with its divine light, man. I can watch it here coming across this western valley all the way. It makes a line across that valley and just keeps moving this way, and finally, here in just about 20 minutes or so, it'll be here, and we'll have the warmth of the sun once again, babies. Well, that's the same thing we're doing here in this age in which we're living right now. It's the sunrise inside. That's what I mean. That old warm old line, that line of light and love is coming to you, baby. You're about to reunion with all that is and bring that daylight right inside of yourself and be free. 'Cause it's Free Day Friday, babies. 'Cause it's free day. It's payday. Yes, indeed. This is when the float that you put out starts to come back, babies. And it's magnified just like it is from the old man here, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, 1 billion-fold, whatever it takes to keep you happy, to keep you in the flow, to keep you dancing, to keep you rocking and rolling. you know, and strumming and strolling, and doggone, this old thing just keeps trying to... And we're just having such a great time today, man. Floating around, getting the heart, getting the love, loving what we are, loving what we see ourselves to be, no longer allowing anyone else to dictate to us what we ought to be. Just being what we are. You betcha. That's what works in this here neighborhood. Babies, that's what is happening in this neighborhood. No matter what, no matter who it is, how it is. We are that love alive. Oh, babies. And notice, you feel the vibe. You've joined the tribe. It's really like that. Just grab hold of what you are. There, I finally got it to take a song, man. Whole thing's being ornery this morning. Didn't want to play the right kind of music. I have to discipline it just a tiny bit. No. Don't mess with Grandpa like that, little broadcaster. You got to play the right song. You can't just throw anything in there you think you want to play. It's got to be what Grandpa wants to play. Because the angels guide my little hands and fingers and stuff, you know. So we get just the right tunes and just the right sound at just the right time on just the right radio and just the right heart. And that be you right now in this moment of time. We're waiting for our great northern correspondent to call in this morning. She's got some reports from way up north to let us know about what's happening in the happy heart of the northern country. And so she should be calling in here pretty soon. We got her coming up. What else we got coming up, baby? Just the best day of your life. What you haven't lived before, you're starting to live now. What you could never give yourself is given to you by a universe that loves you so well, it can't help but provide for you. You're reaching out and touching the sky as you're extending your roots right into the innocent heart of the great Mother Earth, who brings forward all of this life around us in innocence to remind us of our innocence. So we can let go of whatever restricts us, of whatever thought or feeling that's been holding us back and keeping us from being what we are being, what we are in the heart. The love, that, in other words, that creates the love of life itself. Oh, darling, sometimes I sound like a broken record, but it just goes on, and it grows and grows and glows and glows, and wow, baby, it's you. Each and every one of you, myself included too, because I's a you just like you is, you know. We's all a you, kind of. Hey, you, get over here and give me what I want. Like right now. I'm a spoiled little baby brat. I can't wait. Got to have it now. I want it all now. Why do we have such earnest desires? Well, that's our passion. You know, and it's been contained and controlled and focused in certain ways, and so your passion will drive you to buy a new car when you really don't need to, or it'll drive you to go spend $150 on a rock concert. It ain't worth $25, but a good journey just the same, so you don't mind the money. Things like that. You know, there's quite a difference between living that way and living from the heart and going with the flow. You might be doing the same exact things, but you're doing it because you want to be doing it, because you enjoy doing it, because your heart's in it now. You're not just going through the motions anymore. You're not just doing it because it makes other people happy. You're doing it to make yourself happy right along with them. And if you ain't happy, no one else is going to be either. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to see them that way. You're going to see your same sadness in everyone else you encounter. That's how we replicate each other. You know, we kind of see each other as the same person, the person that we are. See, that's where we fuck up. That's where we screw up and, you know, get lost along the trail, is when we start to thinking it's all us, you know. We are a very unique creation, but we're not alone. We're not isolated. We are completely in love and therefore completely in all other forms of life that are living, everything, human included, of course. We're a tribe, gathered in the heart, a one tribe, a one singular consciousness. And babies, as you see this manifesting itself in yourself, you talk about expansion, you talk about power. Well, there's the ultimate power. The entirety of humanity thinking a singular thought, doing a singular thing at the same time. Oh, baby, there's power in that. When we move, the heavens and earth move with us. Nothing's in our way. When we expand and grow as a singular consciousness, there is no stopping us. We are the very origin of love, the very origin of life, within our mother's heart, within ourselves, which is the universe divine, expanding in all of its wonderful, living, loving glory, and feeling it all in joy, in harmony with the heart, the greatest symphony ever produced, the greatest rock and roll medicine show ever lived in. And babies, we live it, and we love it, each and every moment of it. The most boring thing on earth can be the most exciting thing and thrilling thing to the spirit heart that you've ever seen. The simplest of things. The look of an eye, the touch of a heart. Things like this mean so much to us. Yet in this life, we walk right by it as if it isn't even there. Funny how we live like that. Deny it, deny it, deny it. Then one day we start to realize what's really happening. That it's all a continual flow of energy. And it's coming and going from within you, whether you see it or not. It's always working that way. You live in a flow. And you're moved by that flow. And that's what takes you in the directions of the heart. When the flow is just right, the heart says, okay, it's time to wake up. Now here you go. You know, it's just as steady as the old alarm clock. It knows what time it is, and it knows the time is now. So you're awakening. Just like automatic pilot. No, Grandpa just here, help move the old story along, help you get it a little more strong. Live a life that's full, don't you know? So that you feel every living, ecstatic moment of it in the way that the spirit heart does. So you're thrilled with living, no matter how you're living or where you're living or who you're living as. It's perfect in this moment, in this time, in this place. It's perfect in every right. And you are exactly where you want to be. And babies, you can move from there, of course, because you never stay put. You were born under that wandering star. You are the wandering star, same as I is. You the restless souls that don't settle for anything except for the beginning. And you don't even settle for that. That's just a start. See, everything goes full circle, comes back to the righteous conclusion from which it began. The full heart, the full presence of being, the full presence of person. We've given our time. We've served our sentence here in the dumbed-down paradigm, and now it's time to arise back into the divine from whence we come, from whence we are. And to this Mother Earth sublime, give the ultimate honor and thank her for being able to endure these moments, these trying moments with us. And having gotten through it all, welcome her home to the centering energies in our hearts too. And deny no more the mother's love within ourselves. Make it real, babies. Make it right. Do this thing together and do it tonight or right now. Don't wait, because it's happening. Recombine. Let these energies inside all glow together. Let your heart open. Let your heart receive. Let your heart embrace all the energies inside of you, even those you find most disagreeable. Else how are you ever going to change? See, it begins right now, this moment in time. We're stepping into it, babies. We are the life of love we've so looked for, so earnestly searched for throughout this earth. Speaking of the Southern Cross. And we went all the way, babies, all the way. And now we begin. Now we gather back to us all that is known and appreciated deeply and richly within this heart of love that we are. Period. End of story. This is us. But yet, that is where we begin. As us. The one. G's us. Free Friday here on the Coyote Medicine Show. Only on the Hazy Radio Network, babies. Your ticket to flight. Oh, and I'd say you got that right. I feel that sun rising inside, don't you?